Welcome everybody, my name is François Letarte and this is my channel JDRD30, a channel about tabletop role-playing games. Today, question 18 of the RPG A Day 2015 series of questions, and today this is my favorite science fiction role-playing game. I feel a little against the wind for my choice. First of all, for two reasons. First of all, some purists will say that this universe where it's set, it's not really science fiction. And the second reason is that that universe is currently used in a game that has a lot of hype around it. But I'm not talking about the same version here. Maybe you have guessed that I'm talking about Star Wars, the role-playing game, D6 version 1987. This is my favorite version of Star Wars. I have nothing against Fantasy Flight, and you know, when it came out, the Fantasy Flight version, I was interested. You know, I got to a shop, I flipped through the book, and the question I asked myself while doing that was, do I really need another Star Wars role-playing game? Because this one works perfectly fine. You know, you can get all the excitement of a Star Wars game through this version. The D6 system is very easy to learn. It's instinctive, it's natural, you can come with stuff out of your head, you can incorporate that into the game. It won't break the flow, it won't break the game, and yeah, all will do very well. You know, the excitement of Star Wars can be recreated there. You can create a character in 5 minutes if you want. You know, it's not very complicated to create a character in that. You can come to a table not knowing what you're going to play, and in 5 minutes you will have a character that is complete and that is deep enough to get that little Star Wars thing to it and get into the excitement right away. The D6 system that came from that game, well, is my favorite game system of all time. You know, it's my generic go-to game system. You invite me to a table, you want me to run something and nothing is prepared, it will be a D6 system game. And it, you know, it's easy like that. I don't need any books to run that game. And with practice, you can run Star Wars out of your head, and everything will go well. Everything will be fine. That's what I think of that game. It's very easy, and yeah, it does what it has to do. And I will put a link below of a document that is a complete version of Star Wars based upon the 2.5 edition that came by the end of the 90s, and with more information to it. So you can run Star Wars with that document with, well, you have everything you need in there to run it. Yeah. Well, yeah, I talked about the purists that may say that this is not science fiction, that is fantasy in space. Yeah, okay, I may understand their arguments. I know that it's not like a Isaac Asimov novel, but for me it's science fiction enough. You know, I want to play futuristic thing. Yeah, for me that's science fiction. That's what I want when I run a game. So, Star Wars role-playing game, the D6 version. That's my perfect version of Star Wars role-playing game. Yes, I know that Mr. Chapman from Autocratik, it's his favorite game of all time. So I'm not alone to still like this game. I recommend it to you. I have some honorable mentions for other science fiction role-playing games that I really enjoyed. To begin with, this one, Metamorphosis Alpha. That's a PDF that I've bought and printed and put and binded. I ran that game for the first time at Brigade Con last year, and for me it was an experiment because this game is very hard to run. It's the first science fiction game that came out, and in the rules you don't have all those convenient stuff that ease your game master's life. You have to rely on your own self in order to make that game good. And I know that I've learned something about this game. I felt that I'm just a little better game master since I ran that, and I feel that I have done well. I'm satisfied with the job I've done so far with Metamorphosis Alpha. That PDF is very, you know, it doesn't cost a lot. I found it on Drive-Thru RPG, and I know that this edition has been redone last year by Goodman Games, who made a full edition with everything that came around. into a big book. It seems very gorgeous, but for me, the basic 32-page book is perfect. What is this game if you don't know about it? Well, the characters are stranded on a big starship that had some kind of a radiation accident, and everything got mutated, and yeah, everything goes crazy on that ship. So it's a lot like a survival quest, but it's very interesting as a game. By the way, the author James Ward, as the making of this video, is currently in the hospital, and I hope that he comes back healthy to us, because he's still working for role-playing games. You know, he's been around since, he's one of the first few employees of TSR when it began 40 years ago. So he's still working with us, and you know, I hope that he comes back healthy and well to continue for our own enjoyment, to write the stuff that he knows he can write well. So I hope you come back well, Mr. Ward. And last mention, Serenity. Well, why this role-playing game? It's more about, well, I'm a fan of the show, simply put like that, and the game system seems very well to run that kind of game. I haven't bought the latest Firefly that came out last year. I'm still sticking with that one. I think that the game is good enough for me to run a Firefly type game in the verse. So so that's an honorable mention, because I'm a fan of the show more than the game itself. But the game is very fine. You know, I have tried it sometimes, and I have enjoyed it a lot. So that was my science fiction video. So check out Autocratik's invitation to participate to this event. The link will be below also. And yeah, I will be there for the next question. So stay tuned. My name is François Latarte, JDRD30, and up to next time, I hope you have as much fun in your life as in your games. Goodbye.